over 6 months. Okay, not bad. Over 1 year? More than 2 years? Huh, okay. How many of you all know how many speeches you've given while you've been here? All right, most of you. How many of you have fulfilled your half CC? That's 5 speeches in your time here. All right, so some not. How about 10 speeches, your whole CC? Okay, see a lot of the same hands up all the time. So me, for myself, I've been here 1.5 years, and this is my 6th speech, so that comes out to about 1 speech every 3 months. Probably not that good as I should be. Now, for those of you who have been here less than 6 months, any of those hands? Okay, you should have a mentor. Do you have a mentor?
Not yet.
Okay, so we'll get you a mentor. I'm Xiaoyin's mentor, so I know she has. So, but for you, you should have a mentor, so we'll hook you up with one of those. But why are we here every week? Why do we spend lunchtime 1 hour every Wednesday here when we could be outside enjoying food with other coworkers? We're not providing free food here, so you're definitely not here for the food. We're all here because we want to improve our communication and leadership abilities, which we probably think is essential for our career growth. So that's why we're here. And why am I giving this speech today is because I'm this term the VP of Education. So it's my goal to help you meet your goals. So if you're here to give speeches, I'm gonna try to motivate you so that in this term, which is from January until end of June, that you'll meet some of the goals you have, and that will hopefully set some of those goals first and then commit to achieving those. Now, I already talked a few times in the last few weeks about the Competent Leadership Manual and bringing it in to get it filled out for all the roles you guys are doing every week. How many people have brought their Competent Leadership Manual with them? All right, about 40%. So please remember to bring those manuals in every week, and we can note how many roles you've been doing, and then at the end of 6 months you did the most, and we'll try to give you a prize or something. But today I basically want to talk about the speeches, which is the main reason we're at Toastmasters. So I just want to leave you with a couple of pointers which I find helpful. Just 4 things which I think are important when you give speeches. We talk about a lot of different things here. We talk about voice, intonation, about hand gestures, movement, everything. We analyze everything in detail in these meetings. But I just want to simplify it a little bit into 4 points which I find are useful in preparing or giving speeches. You might find them useful, you might not, that's up to you. Let me focus on these 4 points. Number 1, know your strengths. Everyone will come away from hearing your speech and they'll have like an adjective to describe what it was about, just one. They'll say, oh, this speech was boring, this speech was exciting, he's very animated, whatever. But know what your strength is and make sure that it outshines your weakness. So you know what your weakness is as well. But know what your strength is, and that's why it helps if you have a mentor and all this feedback we give you. So you know what your strength is, and make sure that's the thing that people walk away from your speech with if they try to think about what your speech was like. That it was animated, maybe you're an animated person, maybe you're very interactive, or other things. But make sure they don't walk away with your weakness being what they have stuck in their mind about you. So if I analyze myself, I think my strengths are when I come up here, I'm pretty relaxed, comfortable, sort of engaging in a way in my mannerism. So I think that's my strength. So that's what I try to project. On the other hand, I don't have that much body movements. I don't have that much vocal variety, which is what speech 6 is about. So hopefully my other strengths will kind of drown out those weaknesses. If I have to say, look at some of your speeches I've seen, Christian, his strength, in my opinion, he's very organized and very carefully planned out his speech in terms of the words he uses and the structure of his speech. Wendy, she's very animated and very interactive. So she's always getting audience interaction. So those are things you might want to think about when you give your speeches. What is your strength and focus on that. The second thing is open with a strong introduction. Watching a speech is like watching television. In the first 5 seconds you see, or first minute of a television program, you decide whether you're going to watch it, flip the channel or not. So make a good open introduction and make sure to captivate the audience's attention so that they won't switch the channel on you in their mind and start daydreaming about something else. Here, of course, we don't do that because we're here to help people, give them evaluation so they can give better speeches. But if you give a speech somewhere else, people in the first minute will generally decide if they want to talk to you or not, or listen to you or not. My third point is make your speech interactive. I think interaction is a very good way to keep the audience with you. It doesn't mean you have to ask questions or have questions answered, but just get some kind of response, such as asking questions or getting people to raise their hands or things like that. Like I said, Wendy's very good at doing that. My fourth pointer is also related to interaction, but I thought I'd separate it out as a separate item, is humor. I think humor is very important. It makes the conversation a little two-way because you're getting a response out of the audience. If you get humor, if you don't laugh ever with your enemy, right? You might laugh at your enemy, but you don't laugh with your enemy. You laugh with friends. So if you get your audience to laugh with you, you're breaking down those walls between you and your audience, and that will facilitate the exchange of ideas. So those are the four points I have. Know your strengths, give a strong introduction, try to keep your speech interactive, and try to use some humor. So I will hope that I've motivated you to reach some kind of goals for this half year. I'll be the first to take the step and say I'll complete speech 10, the CC, by the end of June or beginning of July. And I have here a sign-up sheet for whoever's with me. It's all the open speech slots until the end of June. You can sign up. It's not written in stone, so you can still back out, but at least make that first commitment to put your name down. I know some of us need a kick in the butt, like myself, to get a speech done, or you think too much about what the title is going to be or what the topic's going to be, but just put it down and then try to keep to that schedule. I'll send this around, so hopefully you guys can mark your names down and try to reach some goals. So who here will try to reach who does 5 speeches, who has less than 5 speeches now? Is there anyone there? All right, we have like 5 people who are going to reach 5 speeches. Who's going to reach 10? Me. Anyone else? Oh, she's going to do 5 and 10. All right, so we have at least 5 people that will go for goals. And I was hoping there'd be more people here today so that we could have that the rest of the members would also know. But that means we'll have at least 6 cakes in the next 4 months. So, as this title of my speech is, can we do it?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you.
Please take about 45 seconds to write down some comments for David. You will see pieces of paper scattered around the table, as well as pens where you can do so. Do we have a word of the day?
No, I was pulling up an old one. No, we don't.
Okay.